Good morning. Welcome to today's Ikkura challenge summary. We're going to be talking about what happened yesterday, June 1st. Z, you're up.
I am up, and a little bit of prediction. I think I am slightly up once again from the close yesterday, or the close, I guess, on Friday, and but not much. I think literally it's probably like $50. So let's take a look and see where I'm at. Dun dun dun. I am at $1,313.64.
1,000. And let me see what you ended at last Friday. 1,330. So you went down a little bit, $30.
Went down a tiny bit. Though Robinhood puts me as going up for some reason for the day. I don't get this. Sometimes it just doesn't show right. So let me show you what happened and what I did yesterday.
Okay, Robinhood says you're up a lot,
Right?
but that's,
But
yeah.
that makes no sense because the last one I sent you was 1366. And that day it said I was up 2%, and now it says I'm at 1313 and I'm up 28%. So the numbers are obviously all wrong on how much I'm up. But I did do a couple interesting moves yesterday. If you move over onto the things that I did, and you'll see that I purchased a American Airlines call because I saw the price was going up. I've been following American Airlines in one of my other portfolios. I also, at the very top of what SPY was doing yesterday, I set a limit order to buy a put yesterday, and it seemed to be fulfilled, which is pretty cool. And so I should see positive on that, I hope. Fingers crossed. Let's take a look. And then I was forced to sell my SPY 302 call, which I'm pretty happy with. Like, I think I got a pretty good price on this. I made $150 or so. So on this American Airlines call, it is worth 48 cents now. So that went down. Okay, that kind of sucks. And the 304 put is $10 positive. My plan was to buy the put at the top and then sell it. And so I will sell that as soon as I can. And I also have another put that I'm hoping to sell, this SPY 300 put. But that was kind of my hedge, whether the market was going to drop heavily or not against the two calls that I had. And so I'm going to probably exit both of these positions over the next 1 to 2 days, depending on where the market bounces around. And I will also be purchasing another call because given the momentum where things are at right now, SPY is probably going to jump up and go past 308, maybe up to 310. So I'm going to buy a call that will benefit when it does that. And I think this should happen by the end of the week. So we'll see. I will buy probably 2 calls if I can afford it. They need to be close and in the money and for the end of the week. And we'll see if I can make $500.
Why is it that SPY is so... Can you explain to me a little bit about the mechanics of SPY? Why is it that, like, SPY is so... what is the right word? Volatile? Or, like, why is it that, like, the strike price can increase or decrease to such an extent when you just make tiny little moves?
So this is only happening when you're close to in the money and you go in the money on the call.
Okay.
So it really is just the intrinsic value. Once you have that, then you can make some money. So with just a couple dollars move in SPY, you can make hundreds of dollars on one of these calls. And the calls are not very expensive compared to a lot of other things out there. If I tried to buy a call on Tesla, because the volatility is so much more than SPY and the stock price is so much more, it's like 800, almost $900 yesterday. And
Yeah.
because it can move easily 10% in a day, whereas SPY has a lot of difficulty moving 10%. It's almost never, right? Maybe it's 2-3%.
Okay.
So because of that, you can afford SPY, whereas you can't afford calls on other ones because they end up being $2,000 to purchase the call rather than just a couple $100.
Yeah.
But if you buy a call at the money, like right at the strike price, where the strike price and stock price are around the same, and you go up $5 over the course of a week, well, that's $500. And the call itself maybe costs $200, and so you lose the extrinsic value portion of that. So you lose, say, a couple $100 of that, but you still then end up with $500 at the end. So you earn $300 if you're correct in that direction. And SPY is relatively stable. Like it moves up and down with the market, but relatively stable compared to everything else.
Okay. I see. Yeah, I may start looking at SPY as well. Seems like you're making some really nice moves with SPY over the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, but I'm learning how to play it much better, which is I don't think I will ever buy things 50% out of the money again, ever. Just silly things that we would see on Wall Street bets, like someone buying a $70 SPY put when volatility just like blew up, and that became worth money. Other people, like the market was there, and it's all dumb money. Like if I was smart at that time, I would have sold as many $70 SPY puts as I could. You know what I mean? Like there's just no way for the market to drop to $70 in SPY, like realistically. So it's amazing. Like whoever sold those puts to all of the other people, well, they made it's like printing money. It's not much, but SPY falling to 70 from a 300 level is just so inconceivable, right? Yeah, for the whole index to fall. It's like you have Microsoft in there, yeah, it can't fall to 70. That's just like the mechanics of it. So anyway, I think I'm making nice little moves and little gains on SPY. It's a little bit more predictable, I find, than other stocks that can move so much on just a little bit of news or something happening that you don't have any control of. Like SPY, because it's this aggregate thing, you just have to know the sentiment or where the money's coming from. And I think your hypothesis is right. Right now, there's just too much that's propping up the market when it comes to like Fed money and actually just buyers wanting, like FOMO buying in right now. It's only going to go up. How long that lasts, I'm very curious. I don't know. But for this week, I think it'll jump up another 5 points, like up to 310. Right now, it's at 305.
Okay.
Let's see how I do at the end of the week.
Wait, no.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right, so I guess it's over to me.
Yes.
Speaking of stocks that move a lot.
Oh my goodness.
Ended last week at...
I know what's happening.
I haven't won in a while, so let's see. I ended last week at 6. I think fingers crossed, I think I'm above hell. I'm just going to make a prediction. I think I'm just under 8.
Okay. I was waiting for you to say I'm just above 8 because Zoom had a pretty fantastic day.
What?
Hello. It zoomed to new highs.
Alrighty, let's see. I am just going to screenshot this and send it to you, and you can enjoy this. Sending.
Whoa! 8,653. This is incredible. Congratulations. That's not even a little bit above 8,000. That is well on your way back to 10K. This is incredible. Up by 2K in a single day on Zoom. Fantastic, man. Wow, I'm so happy for you.
Shishi.
What I don't enjoy, do you like the theta decay on your Disney? Both your calls and your puts went down yesterday.
Yeah, I don't get it though. My call's still like a month away.
Yeah.
I guess theta is kicking in even though it's a month away. Does theta affect different strike prices differently? It must, right?
Yeah. Like if things are not moving in a line towards that price, like
Yeah.
makes sense. But still, it's possible, entirely possible that it could happen. Wow.
Yeah.
But still, what a fantastic day for you. So you
Thank you.
logged in and you did some stuff. Tell me why.
Yeah, I just wanted to get rid of some things that I was holding on to for a while. I just thought, $20 was better than $0 later. So I got rid of my Kanekos finally. What a pathetic bet that was. It didn't move at all. Like I bought JD Baba at the same time. I sold one of my Disney puts, and I sold one of my PDD puts. I just kept the rest in case something would happen.
Right.
But yeah, I'm excited. I think tonight it's critical. It's critical that I've decided I'm going to sell this call, the Zoom call tonight. And I have some ideas for moves to make moving forward, but I want to get rid of the Zoom call so that I have some cash.
Well, yeah, Zoom is hitting all-time highs, right? I mean, this is the highest the stock has ever been, and up 13% in a day. Do you know what caused it? Any news and anything that just pumped it up?
Earnings, man.
When is earnings?
I think tomorrow. Tonight, tomorrow.
Oh, of course. Yeah. You're not going to hold through earnings then?
I am not. I think that, yeah, I've thought a lot about that, right? So I do own Zoom shares,
yeah,
and I'm not going to touch those. For Zoom, for the Zoom call, yeah, I don't know. I think it can go either way. But my thinking right now, just pure emotionless reason, is just that I can do some damage with 5K if I cashed out mine right now.
Right.
And that's really it. And I just it's been a very turbulent relationship with Zoom. I've held it since March, I believe, and I think I'm ready to close this chapter.
That makes sense. Well, congratulations, though. This is really nice to see your net worth get close back to 10K. It's really fantastic.
That's my goal this week, 10K. I want to get back to 10K. So.
And besides that, any other things you've noticed? I noticed that the Hong Kong stock market has soared since the news that it's going to be looked at unfavorably from the US, which I find incredible.
Yeah, it's really impossible to apply any logic to what's going on right now.
Completely agree. It really does seem like a coin flip. And the news that you hear out there, which is, this thing is causing prices to go down lower. No. It absolutely is not. Like any news out there is almost invariably wrong. It's like Hong Kong stock market soars on bad news, bad economic data, protests, like limitation of freedoms, like the U.S. regarding as different. It's like why would it go up at all? It just doesn't make any sense. So I think it's completely decoupled from news. But I don't know why, and I don't quite understand it. So really, you just have to play it like it is a coin flip.
Yeah, it's insane. TripAdvisor went up 13.33% yesterday.
Again, oh my goodness. That's crazy. Should have gone on them calls. Well, you brought it out. I even wrote it down, and I'm like, look at TripAdvisor, and then I crossed it off and said, I'm not going to buy calls.
Yeah, it's one of those things that you just feel so rotten buying a travel stock right now.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe the worst is, well, what's interesting to me is that Q2 ended yesterday, right?
Yes.
So when TripAdvisor releases their Q2 earnings, you would expect like horror, like
Yes.
really bad. But do you just play up the dumb run up right now until earnings, and then you short on earnings, or you buy puts on earnings?
I would feel comfortable buying puts on earnings. The problem is everybody will think their earnings are going to be horrible. So if they outperform even slightly, another 10% up,
Yeah, yeah.
So
So
I
so
don't know.
strange.
Yeah. This is why I'm right
Like,
now sticking to the index and playing SPY,
yeah,
because it's still a little bit more rational in the way that I think it's irrational, but it moves on the trend rather than on anything else. It's like the aggregate of everything. So it's like, is the stock market trending up? Okay, we'll comfortably buy calls, and
yeah,
you're relatively likely to succeed in that. Is it trending downwards? Okay, buy puts. You're relatively likely to succeed. So that's really the game I'm playing right now. Is I'm like,
yeah.
where is the stock going to be tomorrow and in 1 week, thereabouts, given the current like momentum, and then just try that.
Yeah.
So I'm playing super safe. Unlike when I first got into the stock market and buying like SPY 200 puts and then holding them with my diamond hands, as recommended by Wall Street Bets.
Diamond hands. Diamond hands. Well, diamond hands helped me with Zoom.
This is true.
So,
Yeah.
bueno.
Okay.
That's all for today. I had a really nice green day. It's very nice to wear a green shirt after a long period of wearing red. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, please remember to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and leave a comment below. Bye.